This episode may contain explicit language.
Today we're talking about lighthouse parenting. It's sort of the middle ground between helicopter parenting and like free range.
Am I lighthouse parenting?
You are.
Helicopter, free range,
Tiger mom.
gentle.
I think the thing about all these parenting things is that the concepts have always been there.
Can we just come up with a cooler name?
Welcome to Care and Feeding, the show that's as honest and messy as parenting itself. I'm Zak Rosen. I make another show. It's called Weirdly Helpful. I am dad to Noah, who's 8, and Ami, who's 5. We live in Detroit.
I'm Elizabeth Newcamp. I write a homeschool and family travel blog, Dutch Goose. I'm the mom to Henry, who's 13, Oliver, who's 11, and Teddy, who's 9. We live in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Hey, I'm Lucy Lopez. I do another podcast as well, the Mamacita Rica. I'm mother to Amelia, who's 15, Avery, who's 13, and we live in Miami.
And we are 3 friends with kids who meet up every week to talk about our lives, offer advice, and generally just try to support each other through this wild thing called parenting.
All right, today we're talking about lighthouse parenting. Are you guys familiar with lighthouse parenting?
I was not until you sent that article around.
All right, well, it's a style of parenting that's been around for a bit, but I think a lot of people haven't really heard of it. It's not talked about very much, but there's a new book out about it. And of course, that means everybody's talking about it. We are going to talk about what lighthouse parenting is. Do we like it? But more than that, we're also going to talk about the seemingly endless stream of parenting styles and whether we should just get rid of them all.
So yeah, stick around and we'll be right back.
Welcome back. Let's talk lighthouse parenting. Elizabeth, what is lighthouse parenting?
Lighthouse parenting is when parents are a steady beacon for children, offering love, support, and clear boundaries, but also giving independence to make mistakes. That's like could be a blurb for the book. But basically, it's sort of the middle ground between helicopter parenting and like free range. I would say it's definitely still in the gentle parenting realm, but makes some adjustments for some of the things we hear about that people don't like about gentle parenting. So it's definitely more like there are steady boundaries. You are providing guidance and kind of checking on, are there plans? What's the plan? Still letting kids make their own mistakes, have some independence, but you are there are firm boundaries about things that you are very clearly the lighthouse. These are rocks, like not, gentle parenting is also, I think people write in to us about it a lot because they think of it as like the kids have too much control, and this sort of corrects for that.
You're saying the kids have too much control in gentle parenting.
In gentle parenting, yeah. I think that's like one of the critiques of gentle parenting is people believe, it's hard because I think if you have really read the gentle parenting books, they're not saying that it is boundaryless, but I think the general kind of people who haven't read the books, their thought about it is that we never say no to the kids. We never set boundaries. Lighthouse parenting kind of comes in a little strong on that and saying, look, it's the parent's job to parent, and your job is to say, like, this is appropriate, this is not appropriate. But within the realm of appropriate, we don't tell you what path to sail. We just are saying, like, hey, there are rocks here. These rocks that will kill you are a boundary, like the one I'm sitting on. But like, if you want to sail around this other stuff, let's make sure we have a plan and that you know that it's there. You're identifying the rocks, but letting them figure it out.
We read this article that was in parents.com that we'll link to in the show notes. It's called Want to Raise Resilient Kids? Try Lighthouse Parenting. And so lighthouse parenting was kind of coined by this doctor, Ken Ginsberg, who wrote a book called Raising Kids to Thrive, Balancing Love with Expectations and Protection with Trust. So it's a 10-year-old it's the concepts I think have always been there, but the term emerged 10 years ago.
I think the thing about all these parenting things is that the concepts have always been there. These are people like coining them and presenting them in ways that I think we could make the argument like are marketable or provide an identity. Like, I think the conversation we wanted to have is like, why do these exist and do we need them? And like, did you guys subscribe to them? Like, I'm an information gatherer, so I have always read a lot. And then of course on this podcast, like I think I read most parenting stuff that comes out on an audiobook at 2 times speed. So it's not like I'm poring over them with a highlighter or something, but I definitely take in all of this and enjoy that. Like I like having the information. But I suspect that the two of you are not.
We're not up on the parlance.
I don't.
It's true.
If I guess, like, I don't think either of you would find that enjoyable. Like, just reading all of the like expert advice on parenting.
It's not that I find it useless. Like, I sometimes feel that like we're being trolled.
Totally.
And I feel that this Lighthouse Parenting article, if I were to send it to my parents, I could probably get like a full 2 weeks of them ignoring me. Because it would absolutely, like, it would drive them nuts. So sometimes I feel that people who write certain articles or certain books about parenting, I just feel that there has to be like an underlying layer of like, I'll show my parents. And I sometimes feel like parenting, you got to experience it to really know what the frack you're talking about. And with Lighthouse Parenting, like I read the whole article, went down a little bit of a rabbit hole, and I'm like, am I Lighthouse Parenting?
You are.
You are. I mean,
you are.
The triumph from the last episode was really a perfect.
Correct.
Lighthouse,
your text thing is Lighthouse Parenting.
And I just feel like, couldn't they have come up with a better name? Like, I understand the whole idea of lighthouse. Like, okay, you're up there.
What do you want to be, Lucy? You want to be a tiger mom? Do you want to be a like? Who do you want to be?
Helicopter, free range.
I know I have
gentle,
tiger mom in me.
Tiger.
I know that. It's in my blood. I'm Cuban American. Like, of course, I have a little bit of tiger mom in me.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like Lighthouse Parenting is literally what I feel like this generation of parents is just doing without even knowing it, you know? And a little bit of an example of over the break. My cousin lives in a part of Miami. It's called Biscayne Park. And Biscayne Park is literally off of Biscayne Boulevard. So there's parts of that area that you're like, hurry up, get through this area as fast as we can. And other areas you're like, can we have the windows down? Like, it's, it's equal parts scary and not scary. And whenever our daughters go over, they just want to go explore, right? And at first we were hesitant, right? Secretly we were hesitant, but outside I was like, yes, get on your bike and go ride your bike down Biscayne. I need you to see that. I need you to be like not living in this bubble. And then the entire time we're tracking them on our phones. We're like, okay, they just made a left on Biscayne. Now they're turning back around. Oh, look, they took the right road. Look, the road that we told them to take that doesn't have a lot of traffic in it. And I just feel that when I read these books, because I do read a couple parenting books, Elizabeth, but
I didn't say you didn't ever read.
But some of these articles that I come across, I'm just like, what is this shit? Like, I know this. I know this. Lighthouse Parenting, if I were to bring up just the term alone to my parents, they would lose their shit on me. They'd be like, what is this hippy dippy shit?
I think most of their generation might.
But they had their own stuff. Like, there were parenting books are not new. They had
my parents did not read a single parenting book.
But they existed it's not like they existed in a time without parenting books.
Yeah, but the market has exploded since.
Yeah, it's definitely exploded, Zach, like this. But I have 2 theories why. The first is that parenting is a job that has 0 feedback loop. So, like, you work at something for years and then the framework is super uncertain, and we like judge it by the outcome of your child, which is great. Like, I think that whole premise is crazy, right? Like, each day should be the feedback, and like, this is your life too. But I think we think of it as like, are we going to succeed? And there's a lot of fear in that. And the books arise from a place of fear. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. Day to day, I can't really tell how I'm doing it. And I'm supposed to turn out this human in 18 years that, or 20 years or whatever, right? That is a judgment on how I did. And so from that, we get these books that are like, here are some things you can do to be doing that right. And I can be like, yes, I do this. Check, right? I think the other thing is like, parenting is a time where we feel really lost. And so being able to say like, well, I'm doing this one thing and I'm going to go find other people who are doing it like this is a way to provide
get some information
and make community.
I'm just complaining about the name. Can we just come up with a cooler name?
Well, you can just write your book with your own name.
I mean, there's other parents, they've got Tiger Mom. They've got like all these really cool names. And my parenting style is a lighthouse that literally in Spanish is called El Farrito. I'm parenting Farrito style. It's like, I want a cooler name.
That's fair. Let's put it out there.
Thank you for acknowledging, Zak.
No, and I want to just be completely transparent here. I love reading, but I don't love reading parenting books. I mean, so much of my time is taken up parenting. I want to read my shit.
Yeah.
I want to read my novels.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. And, you know, it's kind of absurd that someone who has literally never read a parenting book is hosting a parenting podcast, but I'm hoping that I'm a stand-in for, you know, that kind of parent who's kind of winging it with love.
But I think that's okay. I actually think that's like a better, like, you know who you are as a parent. You don't need someone to tell you. And Lucy, in the same thing, you don't need someone to tell you, be a lighthouse parent and do these things. You're doing what's intuitive. We're all different people. That's why this show is good. For me, the gathering of information in all aspects of my life is important and not crippling. I think for some people, like, having too much information is crippling. For me, sometimes I don't even finish the whole book, right? Or I'll skip around to different chapters. Like I said, I have it kind of going in the background, like a lot, because I find the information really interesting. But I view all of these as tools. Like, I don't think I need to be a gentle parent all the time. I don't think I need to be a lighthouse parent all the time. But I think in these books are some tools. And actually, the books you need to read are often the ones that are, I think, counter to how your natural inclination is, because you know how to do the things. Like, if lighthouse parenting comes really naturally to you, maybe you need to read helicopter or tiger parenting, because there are probably places in your life where that parenting with a specific child or in a specific situation is going to be really helpful. And there are definitely ones that clash, like you can't do both. But I just think in certain situations, there are times when like you need to know how to hold a very firm boundary.
Yeah.
And there are other times where you need to know how to let go. And the ones you need are probably the ones that make you feel icky when you hear about them.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Let's be honest. Life gets messy, families fight, coworkers overstep, partners do weird stuff in bed. Luckily, Slate's advice columnists have seen it all. Sign up for the free Slate Advice newsletter and get our latest takes on sex, parenting, money, and every moral gray area in between, plus exclusive bonus letters delivered straight to your inbox. Subscribe now at slate.com/advice.
Parenting styles also, I feel, go with the season. Like, what season are you in right now with your family, with your kids? I'm entering a season where I'm quickly realizing that I need to teach my kids, especially Amelia, who's in high school, a little bit more about self-esteem and self-worth. And I'm like, okay, what do I need to do there, right? Of course, I'm going to reach out to all my resources, but I'm also going to do some reading about how to raise up a teenage girl in 2026 living in Miami and how to help her be resilient during these very hard times for her, but also teach her a little bit more about self-esteem, something that I thought I had in the bag, and apparently I don't. So I feel that when it comes to like parenting books and parenting articles, the
Parenting
season has to match.
podcasts.
Yeah, the season has to match.
Not only the season, like each kid is different, each
Yeah.
parent
dude.
is different. Like we all come with our, like how we were raised, like our, all of that, right? And so I think the thing is, and this is kind of both my problem with parenting like experts, but also kind of what I love is that just like even in your own family with the same problem, the same tools don't work in each day. And so I think having a full toolbox is really important, and us feeling like we can use other tools and that it's okay to say, I read about this tool and it seems like it's really good, but it's not working for me. Like that is where I think the parenting sphere has like parenting experts has like gotten to be too much or too restrictive.
Well, it comes across like you're shaming. I sometimes feel that when I read an article, I'm like, oh my God, am I doing this? Like, oh, great. One more thing I'm not great at. And I feel that sometimes these articles and these books are sometimes, not all the time, little bits of times, are written in a way that could be shaming, and can create anxiety. And instead of being helpful, could be a little bit stressful, because you're like, well, this is not what I want. And it's like, well, do you want to grow? Do you want to learn? Yeah, but I'm not vibing with this, Like Lighthouse Parenting, for example, I'm reading this article. I'm like, yeah, I do all that. That's all that I do. I want a badass name. What do you want me to do? I just want us to sound more rock and roll than Lighthouse.
I think for Lighthouse Parenting, if you're someone who you grew up in a very authoritarian home, and so what was modeled to you is really strict rules and do this and do this, and you are feeling like you are parenting like that, and it doesn't feel good, it's not working, and you want to know where to go, but you read some gentle parenting stuff and it feels too hands off, or right? This book will give you, like, it has some really good ideas. It has some really good quotes and a little bit of research and like the actual Lighthouse Parenting book, which I haven't finished. I think if the place you are is you are looking for some motivation to change, or you don't know what something else looks like, these books can be really good guides. And there's a ton of them. There's How to Gather a Parent. There's, Raising Emotionally Resilient Children. Like there are all these ones that I think if you don't know and you haven't been modeled, or you don't have parenting friends who are doing these other things, these books can be stand-ins for those. I just, like anything else, look, I'm a huge fan. I think Dr. Becky is great. Like she does The Good Inside. I think it's a wonderful thing. But if all you listen to is Good Inside, you are going to feel like a bad parent. You are going to feel like, I just can't do this and show up like this every day, because we can't. Like you can do all this stuff and your kid is still like, won't get out of the car at something that are timed tickets, or that like you have a doctor's appointment, right? And that's a different set of tools. Or maybe it's no tools at all. Maybe it's just grabbing them out of the seat and carrying them in. Like that to me is reality. And I just think if the parenting books are making you feel like that moment you have now failed as a parent, as opposed to like, I'm human, this is my first time with this very strong-willed child, I'm going to build up some tools so that next time that goes better. Like that is where we should be. And hopefully I think where we try to be is sort of like, we're trying, we don't really know what we're doing.
Is there the perfect parenting book? Do you guys think there's like that one book that you're like, they got it right? No.
Because imagine like if you had to do all the things in your house, but all I gave you was a screwdriver.
Oh, I know what I'd use it for. To ram it in my head.
Yeah.
All of the day.
Can we talk about, Lucy, you really want a better name for what you're doing. Let's just have a little brainstorm sesh of what kind of articulates our respective parenting styles.
By the seat of your pants parenting.
That I relate to that entirely. I was going to say that, but it sounds too reactive. But
I'm working on that.
No, but I think that there's a lot of truth to it, which is why I relate to it. What about like I'm thinking of jazz, like improvisation, like improvisatory parenting, or like free jazz parenting. I'm trying to, because we've got to make it sound cool too, right?
We need to account for the fact that you do put a lot of, it's reactive, but also like you put a lot of thought into it.
Yes. So for example, I'll give you a great example. We, like I shared with you earlier, we're all into pickleball right now, and we're learning the rules of pickleball. And a fun thing we do is after we win, whoever wins the first round of pickleball, then we play a round of street pickleball, which means no rules. That ball can go anywhere. If you hit the ball, you get a point. Like, it doesn't even no rules. And we call it street pickleball. I'm not saying that what I do is street parenting.
Street parenting.
However,
I like this.
That's cool.
However, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like Lighthouse Parenting, like, I'm not a Nora Ephron script. Like, I don't, like, that's not me. So I just want to give it like a spicier, fun name, Zackers.
That's great. I like street parenting.
I like street parenting.
Street parenting.
But it needs we need to specify which street. like high-end street parenting.
Right.
Like,
the other side of 95.
It is like curated.
East of 95 street parenting. Yeah. No.
Spicy street parenting.
Spicy parenting. I gotta tell you, I said neurospicy the other day in front of some of my parent friends, and they were like, I love that. I'm like, that's Elizabeth.
Neurospicy.
I'm sure I didn't. I got it from somewhere else.
Yeah, it's in the culture. It's so good.
Let's do you, Elizabeth.
I feel like I just steal everything from everyone else. I'm
bullet point parenting.
Yeah, or like a Pinterest parent or something.
Pinterest parent. I like that.
I'm like taking the things and kind of make crafting.
You're so much more than a Pinterest parent.
Because you're taking a lot of stuff, but then you're also synthesizing. So
yeah, I'm inspired by everything else, and I love to take in the information, but it's not like
kitchen sink parenting.
Kitchen sink parenting, yeah.
I like that. That's a good one.
Because I feel like I do make things my own, but nothing is mine.
I mean, Newcamp is good because it sounds like camp, old school, new school, old camp, new camp parenting.
I'm Newcamp parenting.
Newcamp.
New camper.
And we are kind of like a camp. There might be a tent in the backyard.
The Newcamp method.
I feel, you know what? I feel seen right now in this episode. The fact that I'm being so serious. The fact that Zak was like, yeah, this stresses me out. I don't find them helpful. It's like, yes, and at the same time, I do find it helpful. I do find it that I can use some of these points in this article or book and apply it to the way that we parent here in my home.
See, Zak, I feel like you're an intuitive parent.
I think that's true.
But but I also feel like the place that you're intuitive from is very curated. I feel like you spend a lot of time on yourself and your being, and then that is a good place to parent from.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's true. And also, instead of books, I feel like it's conversation based. I'm really curious about, I learned so much from you two, from my sister, from my other friends who are parents. It's just kind of, really talking about our fails and stuff is, I think, hugely educational.
Yes.
If I had to come up with the perfect parenting, it would be it takes a village. I believe that parenting is supposed to be done in community. And so to me, I agree with you. The parenting books in a lot of ways are a stand-in for a larger community. But when I started my parenting journey with my stroller stride ladies, that is, or parents, we all happen to be moms, but I think that being in conversation with other parents of all, I mean, really other people, it doesn't even have to be parents, but with other people is the best way. And having them pour into your children too, because you're also only one person with one set of, no matter what you read, right? Read, take conversation. All you know is what you took away from it, how you experienced that book and how you are going to interpret that. And what children need are a variety of people pouring into them in many different ways.
So as much as I'm bemoaning parenting books, there are a couple that I can think of, and I want to hear yours, Lucy and Elizabeth. So after a quick break, let's get into some titles. Also, we want to know what's going on in your parenting world. Do you have a story, a question, a triumph, a major meltdown? Share it with us. Email careandfeedingpod@slate.com or leave us a voicemail at 646-357-9318.
Also, if you're not a Slate Plus member, you should become one today, and you get a lot of goodies with that. I'm going to break it down for you real quick. No ads on any Slate podcast. Exclusive VIP bonus episodes on Slate Podcasts, including ours every week. Over on the Slate slide, you get like no paywall, which is amazing. And signing up by going to slate.com/care plus, that's you telling Slate that our show is very importante, super important to you. That helps keep the show going more than you'll ever know. We need you all to keep this parenting community going because my kids have to go to college. And to show you how much we love you, we have some really cool extra bonus things that we're working on for Plus members. We're keeping a tight lip on those things for now, but trust me when I tell you, you're going to want it. So go ahead, sign up for Slate Plus. Trust me, sign up today, slate.com/care plus.
That's our show. Wherever and however you're listening, please consider leaving a rating, telling us what you think of the show, and tell your friends. If you want more parenting advice, you can find Care and Feeding the column on slate.com. This episode of Care and Feeding is produced by the sensational Cheyna Roth. Micah Phillips is our video producer. Mila Bell is executive director of podcasts for Slate, and Ben Richmond is senior director of podcast operation. For Elizabeth Newcamp and Lucy Lopez, I'm Zak Rosen. Thanks for listening. If you want more no-nonsense advice about parenting, relationships, money, and everything else life throws your way, sign up for the Slate Advice newsletter. A special thanks to our Slate Plus members. If you haven't already, consider joining. Slate Plus members get unlimited access to all of Slate's journalism and help support our independent reporting.